This is Mr. Clown 01, and today we're going to be looking at the Disney Haunted Mansion Vinylmation Series 1. Now, first of all, I did not buy a case of these. A couple of reasons for that. First of all, when I went to the parks, there were no cases to be found. I looked at every store I could think of, and there were no cases. Secondly, I'm kind of at the point where I don't want to mess with a second set of figures. I kind of just want the set I want, and I got a decent deal on these on eBay. So that's where I picked them up at. There's a series of 12, and what I'm going to do is kind of go over them with you and kind of give you some of my thoughts on what I would have done different and so on. So let's get started. The first one we're going to look at is known as Captain Bartholomew. Now, one of the complaints I have on this series, if you look underneath, they are all done by Casey Jones. It just says Haunted Mansion Series 1. It doesn't really give you the name of any of them. And although I've ridden the Haunted Mansion ride many times, I'm not that familiar with a lot of the names and stuff on them. So I would have liked to have had that. So what I did is I found a website somewhere, I think it was Vinylmation Kingdom, that had the names of the figures. So here we have, this is Captain Bartholomew, like the hat he has on there. Give you a nice view of him. This also looks like he's got it looks like kind of a mouse hat he's got on there. Kind of cool. I love translucent figures. That's another reason I got these. And there's that one. Next one we'll take a look at is here he is, Captain Culpepper Klein. Now, if I remember right, several years back, they made a series of figures of these. Not the figures that I did a video on, but even before that, they did a series of figures with little play sets. I think this was one of them, but I'm not sure. If anyone knows for sure, let me know. It looks like that one. I never got that series. This is Captain Culpepper Klein. And I'm sorry, I don't know where a lot of these are in the ride. Like I said, there's that one. The next one we're going to look at is the Bride, or also known as Constance Hatchaway. She comes with a nice little hatchet accessory. Nice veil on the back. And the other one that comes with an accessory is the Executioner. And he's right here. Now, it was funny, when I first got this series, this is the translucent axe here. I didn't even see in the bag. I thought I'd gotten shortchanged, but I found him. I really like the ghosts in this series. Next one we're going to look at is one of the three hitchhikers, Phineas Pock. So I'll show you is the ghost, or not the ghost, Gus. He's one of the three hitchhikers. And see, he's got his little ball and chain down there, or just his ball. What that is, it looks like they drilled the side of his foot and put the ball in it. I'm really glad they did that. That's a nice touch. See, he's got the paint there to kind of show where the manacle would be. Now, here comes my first complaint. Rather than give us the third hitchhiker, which would be Phineas, Gus, and Esri, we got the Hatbox Ghost. Nice figure, don't get me wrong, but I would have really rather had Ezra to go with him. Maybe we'll get the other one later, but I looked everywhere because at first I thought this was Ezra, and we'd gotten all three of them because he kind of looks like him, just at a glance. But everywhere I read said that is the Hatbox Ghost, so I am kind of disappointed they didn't put that one out. But nonetheless, you have three really nice figures there. Next one we're going to look at is the King. Kind of a sad looking guy. I believe he's at the birthday party at the ball, at the dance ball, if I remember right. Let's say I'm not that familiar with where they're all at. They call this Great Caesar's Ghost. It's a little Caesar. Nice figure. I really like the clear ones, as I've said several times. Next, let's look at a chaser. This is Madame Leota. It's based on the little Leota you'll see at the end of the ride that says, "Hurry back, hurry back." Don't forget your death certificate. Next, we'll look at Master Gracey. Now, Master Gracey is one that I would have done something different with if they would have called and asked me. I would have put this in a 3-pack and had Master Gracey, and do the 3 different shapes where you have him, the transitional form, and then the skeleton, like you see at the above the fireplace when you walk in. It's also been cool to have them in a little display case where you have the fireplace in the background. That's what I would have done. And finally, let's look at probably what I consider one of the more uninteresting ones, or the most uninteresting in here, the singing bust. Now, I like the singing busts in the ride, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think this is a great Vinylmation. This is another, what I wish they would have done is had a limited edition pack or something with all the singing busts together, and then maybe had a feature where you could, press a button and it could sing the Grim Grinning Ghost song for you. That would have been so cool. So the other thing, if they were going to do just, people other than ghosts, the ones I wish they would have done, or what I wish they would have done rather, is have the caretaker and the dog, have the caretaker in this size and have a miniature dog. What I hope they don't do is I hope they don't start releasing things at different scales, because I really hate that when they'll do, it doesn't, it's okay if it makes sense, like in the Alice series when you have the large Alice. That makes sense, but a lot of times they, in the past, have done things that don't make sense. I really hope they don't do that with this series. Like, I'd really hate it if they did the Ezra ghost in a 9-inch form or something. Yeah, because then you couldn't display them together. It wouldn't be good. But really, those 3 display together pretty well, and most people aren't going to know that's not Ezra. So this concludes our look at the Haunted Mansion Vinylmation series. Leave a comment in the show notes. Let me know what y'all think of it. This is probably one of my favorite series, like I've said. Just a couple minor things. Less humans, more ghosts. If they do a series 2, I hope they do. Maybe we'll get the rest of the ghosts. But leave a comment in the show notes. Let me know what y'all think of them. And as always, have a great day.